Where can you find a beautifully updated four-bedroom, three-bathroom home with almost 1,700 square feet of living space that boasts two primary suites? On today's home tour, we're in the neighborhood of Highland Park in Los Angeles, California, checking out this gorgeous remodeled home. Let's get to it. Today we're in the neighborhood of Highland Park here in Los Angeles. And if you're not familiar with Highland Park is located about 7 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. We're actually located today off the 110 freeway, and you're located in between Montebello and Alhambra, just to name the few. So over the years, really Highland Park, you've seen a massive regentrification process take place here in this neighborhood. And not just this particular portion of Highland Park, but overall in Highland Park. And you've really seen that taking place over the course of the last 10 to 15 years. So a dramatic shift. And that's obviously because this neighborhood is located so close to downtown Los Angeles, so it ends up being a really highly desirable area. So this house that we're looking at today is going to be 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,696 square feet. It's located on a 5,600 square foot lot, and the house was built in 1901, totally remodeled and upgraded. Not going to look anything if you happen to be here in 1901. So let's get the home tour started. So we're street level right now, and then I'm going to turn around to give you a little better perspective of the neighborhood itself. So again, we're kind of in the hills here of Highland Park. You can see the street goes all the way up there. That's where it dead ends. So you don't have a lot of traffic coming through. So again, here, this home in particular, everything's been remodeled and updated. We're going to show you everything inside, I promise. But then I like how they have the wood here wrapping around the house. And you have this beautiful wooden gate that invites you into the home. All right, so now that we've made it through that, and then notice the stone pieces here and these large trees that give so much character to the house itself. So you have this beautiful walkway over here, all right, that kind of takes you to the inside of the house and wraps around here. So you have a couple of patios, right? So you could have one right here and then kind of enjoy the views right here from your front door. And then you have another entrance too, right here from the street. So you have 2 of them that you can enter through to get to your front door. Give you a little bit of a different perspective right there. And then this is your entrance to the house. Welcome inside, guys. So remember, this is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,696 square feet. So we're standing right by the entryway in this home that was built in 1901. So the very first thing right here you're going to see is how they have it set up. They have this small dining area staged right here. So if you were to put a dining table, this most likely is where it's going to go. But let's be honest that most people don't really have meals at a dining table. This works because you have a nice small circular table right here, so you could have your everyday meals. But most people are going to be somewhere right here. And look at this really nice long kitchen island. So you have room for 4 to 5 bar stools or chairs right here. Man, this is perfect because this is where most of your entertaining and dining is going to happen, as well as you're preparing your food when you have friends and guests and your family members over right here. All right, so I wanted to show you guys a couple of things right here. So this is all luxury vinyl plank flooring. And, you know, the cabinetry, look at the color. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I actually dig it because they're trying to give you that retro, old school charm, right? But also have that modern feel to it at the same time for a house that was built in 1901. So since the floor color itself is a very light beige, you have a darker color on the cabinetry here in the island itself. And then notice the gold handles right? But plenty of storage for all your pots and pans over there. And then, like we were showing to you a second ago, look, you have the green here. And so this is a little stronger. And of course, you have your stainless steel appliances, but they're all white, which is absolutely brilliant. And then notice here you have your farmhouse sink basin, but look at the color of the quartz countertop. It's nothing strong or overbearing, right? Because if it was, it would clash with the green in your cabinetry right here. So you're seeing a lot of this two-tone cabinetry where it's typically different, especially if you have an island counter in your kitchen, that you will see a difference in the color. So again, because you have this white tile backsplash, right? So it allows the green again, and it's not a heavy green, it's a very light tone of green. So, you know, if it was that forest green or a fluorescent green, we'd be having a different conversation altogether. So this definitely works. You have your 5-burner gas cooktop on your freestanding range, as well as your oven right down below. And always one of my favorite features is having the pot filler, so you don't have to go over to the sink itself. And then you look at this. So a lot of times you'll see these stainless steel hood vent above, right? But look at what they did here, is that they were able to actually have it the same color as the cabinetry down below. So very well thought out. I like it. You have your LED lights on top. So let me know what you think of this kitchen. And one thing I really dig is look at the color of this refrigerator, right? You have this white stainless steel refrigerator with the gold handles that just fits perfectly into this spot and goes perfectly here in the space itself. All right, so we'll show you one more thing in this room right over here, and that is as you leave the dining room area, as well as the kitchen, this is your living room. So take a look at it. Let me know what you guys see. So the first thing I am going to see, and that stands out to me that I notice, is going to be these wood beam ceilings, these wood ceilings, right? I mean, this is very quintessential, very 1901-esque for sure, but obviously they're painted and it kind of gives you that rustic vibe, but at the same time, that modern feel to it at the same time. And especially now, look at this fireplace here with the surround that they put on it, with the designer surround. So that gives you that modern look as well. Really nice sitting area underneath your beamed and wood ceiling. Hey guys, Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group, and we've been helping people like you buy, sell, and invest in real estate here in Southern California for over 20 years. So it's safe to say that we know a lot about what it takes to be able to buy a home, especially here in Southern California, regardless of the neighborhood. So, hey, make sure you take a look down in the description down below. We have a link for the 5 mistakes that we see buyers really make right now that you should be avoiding if you're buying a home here in Southern California right now. So we have a link to that video down there. Make sure you take a look at it. Also reach out to us for the 5 questions you need to know right now if you are buying a home right now here in Los Angeles and Southern California. And finally, if you're looking to sell a home, reach out to us because we have some great programs to be able to enhance your home. Right now, we're looking at our time on the market for our sellers is under 2 weeks. We have not had a house actually sit on the market longer than 3 weeks this entire year here in 2024. So something to think about if you're selling a home. And let's get back to the home tour. All right, so let's double back. So we're gonna cross the kitchen, the dining room, as we have just left the living room where we just finished the last segment. And so this is your primary suite. This is the main primary suite. You have 2 primary bedrooms. So this is really, guys, I always love these type of light fixtures and the character that it just brings to the property. And so they did a very nice job of being able to stage this property. And, you know, sometimes people have the property stage or their listing stage, but it's, you know, a lot of times the decor doesn't match the style of the house. Here, that's not an issue. And then look at all these windows here so you can look at the beautiful views from your bedroom windows right here. And then you're gonna see this right over here. you have this large walk-in closet. You could easily put some really cool built-ins on this property. And then come over here. This is your private attached bathroom. So we're seeing this color scheme a lot these days, where you have this designer tile that has some brown, hints of gold, and some gray intertwined with the white. And then all these colors that we just mentioned are right here in between your cabinetry, the handles on the faucets, and the cabinetry, right? And the surround of the mirrors, all of that. So here you have dual sinks on your vanity, and then continuing the theme, you still have the gold handles right here on your shower. And we're gonna walk into this. Look at the size of this. I mean, you could easily fit 4 people in here. No problem. If you're a family of 4, if you have smaller kids especially, no problem. And the reason why I bring that up is because you have 2 overhead shower heads, and then you have 2 hand sprayers right there. And you have 2 different places where you could turn on the water. So very similar to being able to have a split system for your air conditioning and heater. It's pretty much the same here. So really cool. I like the designer tile right here that goes from top to bottom. And then of course you have your sitting bench, and they continued the same tile that was out here where you enter the bathroom all the way into the shower. So this is very nicely done. So this is your first bedroom right here. Remember, you have a total of 4. So you walk out of that bedroom, and then you turn right over here. This is your second bedroom over here. Again, you have your LED lighting on top. You have your closet right over there behind that door. And then this bedroom doesn't have its own private bath, but it's literally adjacent and next to bathroom number 2. And this one has the hexagonal tile, large pieces down on the floor. And then you have this blue tile to give us some contrast here in your shower and tub enclosure. So we have the shower and tub. And then here you have your vanity with your quartz countertop and your modern light fixture. So now you have seen 2 of the bedrooms, 2 of the bathrooms, and then before we get to the other 2 bedrooms, you have this, right? So you have this really nice large laundry room area. This is where your washer and dryer hookups are located right here. You got to have your linen closets, and of course you have your quartz countertop on top of these cabinets, and you still have some space above for storage right there. Okay, and then next to this, you're gonna have a step-down room. Now they're considering this a bedroom. I think most people are probably gonna use this more of like an office right here. So I'll show you the full space as it wraps behind the chimney. So you could use it as a really small bedroom if you needed to, but I think most people are going to use it more of an office, maybe a gym, a yoga room, something like that, as opposed to a bedroom. But if you needed that 4th bedroom, and that's what the needs are for you and your family, then yes, you know what, that would work for you also. Okay, so that brings us back over through the living room. So we saw behind the fireplace in that bedroom over there. You see you have the slider to where the backyard area is. Well, let's save that for the end. And then now on the other side of the house, so now we're on the west side of the home, you're gonna have your second primary bedroom. So remember, there's 4 bedrooms total, and this one actually has its own separate exit into the backyard, which is really nice. All right, so let's turn around over here. You have your closet right in front of us. And then this is your final bathroom. So again, then of course, it's always nice to have a bathroom attached to your primary suite. So this one is no different. And then here, you'll notice that you have your quartz countertop with just a hint of gold and accentuated
by the gold faucet and handles on the cabinetry. So you have a lot of white, so that way the gold doesn't come off as being too strong. You have your designer rectangular tiles right here. Notice the gold handles once again on your cabinetry and faucets. And then you can see the gold and light brown veins on the quartz countertop. You have your rectangular designer tile on the flooring, and then it continues into the shower enclosure. And then to be able to just show a difference in color, they have this green colored designer tile. And then this is pretty much the same green that you saw in the kitchen. So I like how they're able to bring it over here as well. And then in addition to that, you have, once again, you have a hand sprayer here. Obviously everything in gold with your overhead rain shower head right here. So this is a nice walk-in shower as part of this second primary bedroom. All right, so let me know what you think of this house here in Highland Park. And then now let's go out into the backyard. All right, exiting into the backyard from the slider in the living room. Once again, you have these lovely stone pieces to create a nice walkway. And then this is where your patio is going to be. Have that al fresco dining right here. Now remember, the lots here in this neighborhood are typically very small. Remember, these are houses that were built in the early 1900s. This one again in 1901. So you don't have really large lots, and a majority of them don't have garages. So it's very rare to see a garage up in this neighborhood in Highland Park, very similar to Mount Washington too. So the question I always tell people that if you're going to be looking in this neighborhood, you have to be okay a lot of times with not having a garage. And depending on the house and where you're located, especially if you're up really high in the hills, you may have a lot of steps to actually go to your house. So you have to consider that if you're going to be buying groceries or things into the house, that if you're okay being able to walk up a lot of steps. So here though, you do have private parking. You can park on the street if you needed to, but this is great because you have gated parking right here for your vehicle. And of course you have this nice, really lovely grassy area over here. And you have your tankless Navian water heater. Then I wanted to show you this right here. So you may remember for the last bedroom that we went into, which was the second primary bedroom, that bedroom actually has its own split system. You do have a large condenser unit over here, which will be able to handle all the needs for the rest of the house. Remember, this house is only just under 1,700 square feet, so it's not super duper huge. So this will be plenty to suffice when it comes to your air conditioning needs on those warm summer days. All right, let's go back inside and we'll wrap things up. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this home here in Highland Park in the vibrant Hermon neighborhood, again, of Highland Park. So, Highland Park, like we were talking about earlier, oh my gosh, the amount of restaurants and shopping that's now available here in Highland Park that wasn't available years ago. I'd say probably, especially in the last 5 to 10 years. I'm actually, after this, going to an incredible Vietnamese restaurant afterwards to have lunch. So looking forward to that. But, you're super close to some great shopping, great dining. And remember, you're only 7 miles from downtown. You're only 7 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. So you have everything at your fingertips. So I think that's one of the reasons why this is so popular right now, is that because you're so close to so many different neighborhoods. You're not far from Eagle Rock, Pasadena, downtown Los Angeles, so many different things. And just they have the access to so many things at your fingertips, make this a really great spot if you want to be really centralized here in Los Angeles. All right, so if you're looking to buy a home, we talked about it earlier, and that is that, especially right now, there are a lot of mistakes that buyers are making that we see because we do a lot of listings too, not just buyers. And we see a lot of the buyers making the same mistakes. So make sure you take a look at that video, which is also included down low in the description on this video. And then, hey, if you're looking to buy a home, reach out to us. Especially right now, we see a lot of buyers make mistakes. Sometimes they just want to use their cousin or their uncle or cousin twice removed who has a friend who's a vet, but maybe does it kind of on the side part-time. if you want to get your offer accepted, I think there's a few things that you really need to know. And I think right now, especially ever since August 17th of 2024, when you had the new rules come in with the National Association of Realtors lawsuit and the changes of how the commission breakdown is now structured, you really need to interview your agent and ask the right questions. I think that's really important. So if you want to know the questions that you should be asking your agent, reach out to us. We'll give you a list of questions that you should be kind of asking all of your agents. And, one of them is, are you going to be able to find off-market homes? I think that's a really big one right now, when 30% of the homes right now are actually being sold off-market. So how does your agent going to get access to that? And I think just like when a seller is interviewing an agent, it's the same when a buyer's interviewing an agent also, where the buyer really needs to be asking, well, okay, so what am I actually getting if I use you as an agent? So I think that's a really important question you need to be asking. So those are just a couple. And if you want the full list, definitely reach out to us. So let us know what you think about this home here in Highland Park. Have you been to Highland Park? Are you familiar with it? Let us know what we missed. I hope you enjoyed this home tour as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.